I used to feel as well that it's not fair that my daughter was kind of like nicer and more cuddly. And when she started talking, even sometimes she told me like, oh, daddy is more fun. I want to spend time with daddy. And I was like, well, too bad. Bad luck. Daddy's at work. You're stuck with me. And like, I was feeling this is annoying. I'm the one who's doing everything and spending all the time waking up at night. Like, it's me doing the 24/7 shift. How dare she tell me something like that? And I know I'm not the only one. I get that. And this is why the inspiration for this podcast episode, where that's coming from, because I got that question recently several times again. My kids are listening more to their father. So what's wrong here? Obviously, something is not working. And usually what I found out is for two reasons, or it can have like two different flavors, this situation. One is that it's for a good reason. Like that was for, in my case, daddy was just more fun. He was more chilled and more relaxed, of course, because mommy was doing everything in the background. So it was like a good thing that my daughter felt attracted more to my husband. But then also on the flip side, what I'm hearing from many moms is that their kids are listening more to their father or somebody else in the family because they are more strict. And so there is usually more fear. And kids are more obedient with other people. And mom is the one who's trying to be nice, who's trying not to traumatize the kids by scaring, punishing, yelling. But then the kids don't listen so much. And they're like laughing at your face. They are not taking any instructions. They're not following any guidance. Unless the father comes, and then it's enough that their father just does one look. And the kids are so scared that they go and do it immediately. And then he comes and tells you that you're too soft and you should become more strict and more authoritative. I keep mixing those two. Sorry, English is not my first language, obviously. But he's telling you like you should be more strict because kids need like discipline, and you cannot be wishy-washy and you cannot be too nice, touchy-feely, because then they are going to grow up in spoiled brats. And you're torn because there's a part of you who feels like, bloody hell, he's right, and I want them to listen to me the first time I ask them, or if I just give them the look myself. But then there's the other part of you who remembers how it was growing up with very strict parents. And you're like, I don't want to do the same to my kids. I don't want them to be scared of me. I want them to have at least one safe parent who they feel like they can talk to and they don't have to feel threatened by. And so you're torn. Okay, so let's unpack these two situations because, surprise, surprise, they have the same root cause. They are just showing up then in different ways depending on who you married or who you're with, who you had your kids with, what that relationship dynamic is. But the root cause in you is still the same. And that's the good news, because it means there is the same remedy, the same steps to correct it. Okay, so let's unpack that. Let me start with my story, because that's the one I'm the most, of course, closely connected to. Yeah, exactly as I said. This is what I felt was not fair. That my daughter was even then telling me, Daddy is more fun. I want to be with him. And there was a part of me who was like, okay, great, amazing, be with daddy so that I have the time to clean, cook, whatever, work, take at least one cup of tea and drink it warm before it cools down because I'm so busy with you. So there was a part of me who felt relief that I don't have to do everything by myself 1000%, but that at least there is 0.005% that he can be helping me with. But then, even deeper, I was angry. It was making me feel resentful. And I was angry at my daughter. How come she doesn't see how much I'm doing for her? I was angry at my husband because this is not fair. He's getting the best of her, of our daughter. He's getting her at the times when she's fed, she's clean, she's happy because mama did all the hard work, and so now he's getting the best time with her, when she's the easiest, and they have such a beautiful bonding time connection together, which I never get to do, because when I'm with her, all the other, like when she was small, I stayed at home to take care of her. I dropped my business, I dropped my career for 2 years. And so it felt like I'm the one who then spends the remaining 23 and a half hours, and I get the worst because I'm the one who's waking up in the middle of the night. I'm the one who needs to clean, cook, get her ready, deal with her tantrums, deal with her when she gets hurt or when she's angry, when she's tired. So I get can I say bad words here? If there are kids, please mute it down. I'm the one who gets the show. And he's the one who gets like the most beautiful. And so then he's like, isn't our daughter so beautiful? Isn't she so easy? And I'm like, duh, yes, she is, because I'm the one who made her this way. I'm the one who's like breaking my back and sacrificing everything in my life to make sure that she is doing great. Yeah, you're welcome. Right? So this was my victim pity party, huh? And this was the breaking point that after I really had to do a lot of my work on myself, because it was not all roses and unicorns and rainbows. I was becoming the Mambazilla, as I call it often in my mommy tantrum trainings. I was having mommy tantrum trainings, even though I stopped working and I dedicated fully to my daughter, all of my time and energy and everything. And I thought, well, this will be so easy because, I have nothing else to do, just take care of one child. Well, guess what? It was not easy. I was burning out even then. And I felt like, what the heck is wrong with me? There are moms who have 2, 3, 4 kids who are working part-time or even full-time. How come they can do it? And I can't. And I'm not doing not even half of the things I thought I could manage while being at home with my daughter. And even on top of that, not doing enough, and then even becoming yelling mom and being so stressed out about it and feeling like I'm not good enough and I'm failing at this in all possible ways. So what the heck was going on? So only once I started getting on my own healing journey, I realized, well, actually it does start with me. And there is a strong victim voice in my head who's making me feel like, poor me, and things are happening to me. Things outside that I have no control over are killing me. And this was the first shift that I then experienced, realizing, well, actually, it's not that the world outside conspired against me, but this was actually my decision. It was my choice. It was my choice to stay at home for 2 years and forget about my business and to be dedicated to my daughter. It was my choice to take it all on me, all the house chores, everything, including our daughter. It was my choice because I knew that my husband was working so much that the time that he has to be with us, he can spend with us, I do want him to be chilled and relaxed, and I wanted him to spend a quality time with our daughter so that she is not like, I have just a mom and I don't see my dad. Because if he would come home and would have to do whatever, like laundry, cooking, shopping, whatever, then he would have no time with her and he would have no relationship with her. And I felt like her connection with me was strong. There was a big trust because I was the one who was always there for her. And I wanted her to have as much of that as possible with her father as well. So it was actually my conscious choice to put everything on me so that he can get the best out of her. And he does have at least some chance of creating nice connection with her, which I succeeded at. The only reason why I didn't appreciate seeing the result of it and why I was so jealous was because there was not only the victim, but I realized there was also the people pleaser in me who felt I was not getting enough credit for it. That they kind of took it for granted and they felt, well, we have such a great connection because I'm such a great dad and you're such a great little girl. Like, how amazing that we have such a great time together. And this stressed out yelling mom who never has the time to even eat her meal while sitting down. She's always rushing and running. Like, let her do her thing. Let us have fun because we are having such a great vibes. That was the problem. And I realized it's me who's causing it because And I talk about that in every mommy tantrum training. If you've never heard any, if you never participated in my free training, we are going to link it up for you so that you can sign up. I go in much more explanation there. But the shortcut here is I was, surprise, reliving my mom's patterns. This is exactly what my mom used to do. And that's how I know was the role model and then standard for being a great mom. Doing everything for everybody else, not taking enough time for me, because that would be selfish and lazy and not wanted. So I took my mom's patterns and what the blueprint in my head was for being an amazing mom, and I just basically recycled and repeated all of that in my marriage and in my family and in my patterns as a mom. So that was a hard look. Because growing up as a kid, I was like, I knew it. I felt it deep down in my core, like this is not going the way it should be. Not between my parents, not my mom dealing with us kids. And I was like, there's something off. And when I grow up, I want to be an amazing mom, just without this like yelling and stressing and making people feel guilty for that. That's what I want to take out. I just want to keep everything else about my mom because I loved it. She was always my role model and just like, she's my hero always until today. But then when I caught myself being jealous and resentful of my husband, I was like, I'm doing exactly the same thing. Watch out, I'm falling into the same trap. And so that was this realization and like, opening my eyes to realizing I'm doing it to myself. With the best intentions, for the best reasons, for me and my family, but I'm doing the same. So then, realizing that's what's going on, that's what gives you power. If that's something similar that you're going through, now at least, congratulations, you know where it's coming from. You know that it's like the relationship they have, that's actually a great thing. You want your kids to have great relationships with other people in your family or with family friends, really close friends. You want your kids to feel safe, secure, and happy and feeling loved unconditionally. Like that's the dream, right? That's the selfless dream for us as moms. You want your kids to be surrounded by people they love and they enjoy spending time with. Now, what needs to get cleaned up is your feeling in the rest of it. And you feel like you're the one who's paying the price for it. So what helped me turn it around was to remember it was actually my conscious choice, because for me it was. And you need to do your due diligence. You need to do your thinking, reflection, analysis. How did you end up in this situation? Was it there also, like part of it, you did consciously because you wanted this result? And it's just that you're missing getting the credit for it, getting the recognition and appreciation for it? Or is it that you slipped really unconsciously in maybe your mom's, your dad's patterns without even catching it? And so is there something you need to correct now? Is there something you need to take back? Is there something in the dynamics in your relationship with your partner, spouse, wife, husband, that you need to have a hard conversation about and say, like, hey, I'm not the servant, I'm not the maid, and this is for all of us. And then what are the natural consequences if they do want to participate more or they don't want to participate more? Is it really about the time division, like the chores division? Yeah. And where is it that maybe they would be happy to help, or not? If not happy, then at least they will be like, okay, I can do that. But you're not asking. You're expecting them to read your mind. And when they don't, and they do not empathetically try to come in and save the day and rescue you from your overfilling to-do list, then you're getting resentful, and then you're getting at them, and you're kind of like this nagging, and it feels like you're a mom and you're asking your son to do something, but you're nagging them only afterwards, after they haven't done it, and you're complaining about it. Okay, so all of this dynamics, as you see, it's like very tangled. It is complex. You need to detangle. What is it that's going on? Yeah. Are you repeating your parents' patterns? Did you make your spouse or partner, did you turn them into your kid? And now you're behaving like their mom, nagging constantly, like begging them. to do something, like to help you, not lifting them up to be a team member, like to be a partner on your team, trying to do things, because it's not just you who should be doing everything, but it's a teamwork. Yeah. So you need to start detangling and cleaning up whatever that like subconscious pull you have, like, yeah, but if I don't keep running around, then I'm going to be lazy, or people will judge me, I'm not a good enough wife, not good enough mom. Like, that needs to get cleaned up. And as you would learn in the mommy tantrum training, that's part of your childhood trauma. Yes, that's the T word, how it is called, actually. Yeah, it's part of your childhood trauma. It's like 1,000 paper cuts when you were programmed by your parents to be the good girl, just suck it up, take care of everybody else, walk on eggshells. Your highest intention, if you want to be a good person in life, your highest intention should be making sure other people are happy because you are responsible for their happiness. I call BS. No, that's a childhood trauma. That's a programming kids into being like a cut-off version of themselves. And this is where most of your life challenges stem from today. Not just your relationship in your family, but if you look anywhere else in your life, you will be able to find traces and impact of the unhealed childhood trauma. So, surprise, surprise! Then the next step is to heal that.